Welcome to Eerie Bites of History, your daily serving of strange bites of the past. Today, we have a giant that fooled a nation, a flight that crashed into the waves, and a queen who met the blade of history, all of which happened on October 16th. Let's begin. On October 16th, 1869, a group of laborers digging a well behind a quiet farmhouse in Cardiff, New York, struck something solid, something that wasn't rock. As the earth gave way, a massive human shape began to emerge. 10 feet tall, gray, stony, eerily lifelike. Word spread fast. The Cardiff Giant, they called it, a petrified remains of a man from a forgotten age. Within hours, the farm became a pilgrimage site. Farmers, ministers, skeptics, and spiritualists all came to stare at the blank, stony eyes that many believed as a biblical relic, perhaps one of the giants from Genesis, frozen in time. Some swore they felt energy around it, and others claimed the air turned colder near its face. But behind the awe was a darker story. The giant wasn't ancient at all. He was a masterpiece of deception. Months earlier, a tobacco merchant named George Hall had secretly commissioned a sculptor to carve the figure from gypsum and stain it with acid, then bury it, waiting for the perfect discovery. His motive? To expose how easily the public and even men of science could be fooled by faith and spectacle. Yet the hoax took on a life of its own. Even after Hall confessed, people refused to believe it. Showman P.T. Barnum built his own giant, claiming the real one was fake, sparking lawsuits and battles of authentic frauds. Today, the Cardiff Giant still lies in a museum in Cooperstown, a silent reminder of how the truth can be buried, unearthed, and twisted again, all in the name of belief. So, would have you been fooled by the stone giant? On October 16, 1956, passengers of Pan Am Flight 6 settled in for what should have been a routine trans-Pacific journey, a long-haul flight from Honolulu to San Francisco. But somewhere over the endless black waters of the Pacific, something went wrong. A warning light, then another, then both engines on one wing began to fail, sputtering in the cold night air. The plane then began to lose altitude. The crew sent out a distress call, and they were told that their only hope was the U.S. Coast Guard cutter. The cabin crew grew tense. Passengers quietly wept, writing letters they would never send. Outside, only the faint moonlight reflected over the waves, an infinite, merciless black ocean. With fuel running dry, Captain Richard Ogg made a decision. They would have to ditch the plane. At dawn, the crew circled the cutter once more, a final salute, before easing down into the sea, the impact shattering the silence. Water rushed in, seats tore loose, screams echoed. But somehow, every single soul made it out alive. 31 survivors, plucked from the wreckage by the Coast Guard rescuers. Years later, several survivors spoke of something strange, faint lights moving beneath the water before the crash, as if something had been watching them from below. Others claimed they are still dreaming of the sound, that deep hollow groan as metal met ocean, followed by eerie calm. Pan Am Flight 6 is one of aviation's miracles, and the sea can be unforgiving, and could have claimed them all, but luck, or something else, was watching over them that day. On October 16, 1793, dawn broke, cold and gray over Paris. The city was silent, too silent. A single wooden cart creaked through the cobblestone streets. Inside sat Marie Antoinette, the once radiant Queen of France, now pale and dressed in plain white. Her hands trembled, but not from fear, but from the weight of history closing in around her. As the cart rolled towards the Place de la Révolution, thousands gathered, not to celebrate, not to mourn, but to witness the Queen's final journey. Some swore they heard church bells ringing, as others say the air itself felt heavy, as if the city was holding its breath. She stepped onto the scaffolding, her composure stunning even her enemies. She accidentally stepped on the executioner's foot, whispering, "Pardon me, monsieur, I did not mean to." Those would be her final words. Moments later, the blade fell, and France cheered. But in that instant, the crowd claimed a cold wind rushed across the square, extinguishing every nearby flame. In the years since, the legend has grown darker. Visitors to Versailles report seeing her ghost drifting through the Hall of Mirrors, her gown stained crimson. Some say the sound of the guillotine echoes faintly through the empty palace gardens, a reminder that even in death, the Queen's spirit refused to bow. Marie Antoinette's reign ended with the fall of a blade, but they say her ghost still whispers through the marble halls of France. Like your history snack size? Drop us a comment with your favorite bite and subscribe. Join us daily for your eerie dose of the past.